The transfer window hasn't closed yet, and Everton remains the center of attention. The 2025-26 season is just days away, but David Moyes hasn't given up on strengthening his squad. Amid last-minute opportunities, off-field controversies, and growing rivals, the Toffees could make decisions that will affect the club's immediate future. There's a player who's raising eyebrows due to his discipline, a key target who narrowly escaped, and a gem within the squad who could change the midfield hierarchy. But will Moyes take the risk, or will he rely on what he already has in-house? We'll talk about that soon. Before you do, like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates on our Everton. Moyes made it clear. He still wants reinforcements. And after signing Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall and bringing in Jack Grealish, the Scottish manager is looking again at the midfield. The name of the moment? Tottenham's Yves Bissouma. The 28-year-old isn't having a smooth ride in London. Disciplinary issues, recurring late arrivals, and the short suffering of new manager Thomas Frank have put the Malian's future in doubt. It's no surprise he was even left out of the Super Cup match against PSG. But will Everton take that risk? The midfielder's quality is undeniable, and he has plenty of experience, but off-field controversies could be a problem. The question remains, is Moyes willing to gamble on a player with such a turbulent history, even though he could significantly strengthen the midfield? Within the board, the analysis is divided. Some see Bissouma as a market opportunity, a Premier League player who could arrive for less than expected given the recent controversies. On the other hand, there are fears that these same problems will recur on Merseyside, creating instability in a squad that Moyes has been trying to consolidate since preseason. And among the fans, the situation is no different. Some are excited about the prospect of having a high-caliber midfielder in the blue jersey, while others question whether it's worth taking such a big risk in a sector where there are already young players in need of minutes. This mix of expectation and distrust could make Bissouma one of the most debated names on the transfer market among Toffees fans. Meanwhile, another name that seemed certain to bolster the Toffees has taken a different path. Douglas Luiz, who had been on Everton's radar since the beginning of the window, has already reached an agreement with Nottingham Forest. The Brazilian even came close to joining Juventus, but with the deal falling through, he preferred to return to the Premier League, but at City Ground, not Merseyside. This setback changes Moyes' plans. The manager wanted to close the transfer window with the signing, but now he needs to evaluate alternatives. With Armstrong leaving on loan, the options in the midfield are even narrower, and an important question arises. Could Tim Iroegbunam be the homegrown solution? The frustration is even greater because Douglas Luiz was seen as the key player to bring balance to the midfield, someone capable of combining quality and passing with defensive intensity. The Brazilian is already familiar with the Premier League and had the ideal profile to adapt quickly to the style Moyes demands. Now, with his move to Forest, Everton sees a direct competitor strengthen, increasing the pressure for a quick response in the transfer market. For the Friedkin Group, which promised to build a competitive squad since its arrival at the club, losing this strategic target raises questions. Fans were hoping for a big name to solidify the project, and the absence of Douglas Luiz may raise some concerns about the next steps. Still, there is confidence that alternatives will be explored, whether with players already under consideration or even internal solutions, such as increasing the value of Iroegbunam. Sheffield United has already expressed interest in taking Iroegbunam on loan, but Moyes may have to put his foot down and hold on to him. The youngster is one of the best interceptors in the squad and could end up being a key player amid the lack of options. In other words, what seemed like a behind-the-scenes move could turn into a crucial decision for the season, which begins against Leeds. Ultimately, Everton faces a dilemma. Should they invest in risky reinforcements like Bissouma, or should they hold on to young players and give more confidence to those already in-house? If Iroegbunam is retained, he could quickly gain ground and even assume a greater role than expected. His reading of the game and defensive ability are strengths, and in a team seeking balance in midfield, these qualities could be decisive. Keeping him would also give Moyes a solid base to rotate the squad in more intense Premier League matches. Furthermore, keeping the youngster could shake up the pecking order. More experienced players, who in theory would be prioritized, could end up being pressured by a talent who has everything to improve over time. For the fans, it would be a clear sign that the club is not only chasing outside names, but also valuing those already wearing the blue jersey. This decision, while simple at first glance, could be one of the most important of the season. Ultimately, Everton fans have every reason to keep an eye on the upcoming transfer window. Will there be room for a risky bet on Bissouma? Will the loss of Douglas Luiz truly change the club's strategy? And will Iro Egbunim be the next big name to emerge on Merseyside? All of this is still up in the air, but one thing is certain. Every decision Moyes and the Friedkin Group make now could set the tone for the season, which begins against Leeds. So, fans, which path would you choose? Bet on a controversial name or trust those already in the squad? Leave your opinion in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the latest Everton news.